Hi y'all, my name is Nick, and today I'll be talking to you all about how 3 years of community college taught me more than 4 years of high school. Before I transferred to a 4-year university, I went to 3 years of community college, and from there I got to learn about myself. I got to figure out really what I wanted to study. I figured out what activities really interested me, and I really got to figure out more about myself. And I guess one thing that I can start with talking about that really changed me in community college was taking more initiative and taking more time and attentiveness in my courses. When I was in high school, a lot of the courses that I took were pre-assigned to me. I didn't really have that much of an option to take them, and as a result, I didn't really have much interest in them, and they were just classes that I was just not doing the best in. I was just okay with getting seasoned, and I didn't take that much pride in them. When I was in community college, I had a lot more opportunities to take a wider range of courses, from anthropology to international politics and relations to political science, journalism, writing, math, economics. I got to take a lot of different courses that really piqued my interest and really got to shape what I really wanted to major in. And my grades showed for that. I was able to go from a 3.0 in high school to going to a 3.7, graduating magna cum laude in community college. So I would definitely say one of the biggest reasons why I did better in community college is because I took a lot more opportunity to just focus on the classes that really piqued my interest. One of the second things I would say that really I took more pride in was prioritizing my mental health. I would say that was one of the biggest things I learned when I was in community college, because it prepared me for how I can prioritize it when I enter 4-year university. This was the hardest part. My second year of community college, I was actually hospitalized for 5 days because I had a lot to do with mental health, and just, it was the roughest point in my life, but it was a part of my life that I always look back on and just think, I know how I can go back. If I can go back and change it, how I would. I wouldn't prioritize, club activities. I wouldn't prioritize other things other than my schoolwork. I would just make sure that I'm not limiting, but like downsizing my schedule where I'm not busy all the time, and just prioritizing times to just self-reflect, relax, take time to give yourself self-care. That's one of the biggest things I learned. And one of the last things that I've learned is just getting outside your comfort zone and finding opportunities. Like they say, you're never gonna be able to find opportunities if you're just in your room all the time. This goes the same thing for community college. If you're not actively searching for opportunities to get involved, like finding out if you have an honors program at your community college, or finding out how to get involved as a student leader, you're never gonna be able to show how involved or how engaged you actually can be. I actually got accepted to the honors program for my community college right before I started, so I was able to get a little bit of a leg up to know more about the program and how I can get involved. And I was able to get involved after my first semester. I was able to become a committee member of the honors program my first semester, and then I was able to become president the following year. I was able to get involved in other leadership positions like first-year mentors, ambassador programs. I was able to get involved in tons of different jobs on campus. I was also able to do a lot of leadership opportunities that involved travel. I was able to do a lot of things I didn't think I would be able to do if I didn't get involved. So my biggest piece of advice for people who are considering community college is that it's always okay to just search for opportunities, because the opportunities are not going to open up for you. That you always have to look for them. Just reaching out to someone can be that first step into getting that opportunity. I'm not saying that what I did in high school wasn't meaningful. I was able to learn a lot of different things while I was in high school. However, I felt like in community college, I had a lot more freedom. I was able to make mistakes, learn from them myself. I wasn't being handheld all the time. I was able to really learn about myself and really take passion and take initiative in what I really wanted to do. And community college further emphasized my passion for not only furthering my education for going into my bachelor's program right now, but also going into master's and doing more undergrad research and doing graduate research and doing opportunities that I didn't think I would be able to do if I didn't go to community college. So community college taught me a lot about not only prioritizing mental health and taking initiative and finding opportunities for myself, but also getting the confidence I never had before. In high school, I didn't have that confidence. In community college, I was able to build that confidence I never had, and I can implement that now into my 4-year my bachelor's program at the moment, but also implement that into master's and potentially PhD and other job opportunities in the future. Thank you all so much for listening, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.